Hello and welcome to the DM's Book Club, a weekly book club podcast where we talk about some Dungeons and Dragons and discuss how we might include them in our role-playing campaign. Except that's not what we're doing this week.
It's not, is it?
It's not. I never do we talk about D&D again, it turns out. But with me, as always, my name is Fiona, and with me, as always, is my trustworthy, my stalwart, my first and foremost, my wonderful co-host, Hamilton. Hello, Hamilton. How are you doing?
Oh, hello. Thanks for that. I like those. Those are good.
I have to improve it because if I go erstwhile again and then realise that I have to change it.
Through it. Yeah, exactly. No, I like those. I'll take those. Thank you.
Right.
My tremendous, erudite, enigmatic co-host, Fiona, for those lovely words. But yeah, we're not doing D&D today. We are doing the part one, maybe, because we did like a part 0 last time, session 0 for our Omen of the Blood God, Avatar of the Blood God, depending on how you wanted to say it, of my Mort board game. And you playing as the Pariacal Hematurgist. You just rolled for your name. Do you want to say what your name of your character is?
Yeah. Now I've forgotten how to pronounce it, but Erigol Val, I've got it down here.
There you go, Erigol Val.
Erigol Val, yes. It was the most important thing that we didn't do last time was obviously the name, and of course I expect this name to come up all the time now. Every NPC will know me and they'll be like, Erigol Val.
Pretty much, you're pretty much going to talk to you might only talk to one person.
Excellent. So I better have my name prepped, otherwise that's pretty bad. Yeah. But I think I've only played Muckborg with you actually.
Yes.
We did obviously live shows and stuff like that. So this is where. I know it's just a D20 and obviously the toughness.
You roll everything. Yeah, so you roll attacks, you roll to defend. So it's all on you. All on you.
All right, well, hang on, let me get out another D20 because I don't trust this one now.
Attacks will be your roll plus your strength modifier, or if then there's the magic ones where you roll presence and have to get, and it's basically everything is over 12 or over.
That's it.
DR12 is your standard, unless I say otherwise. So a couple of things have adapted. But
all right.
Generally, the AC is 12.
Okay, well, I will say, just as a reminder of my stats that we rolled last time. So my agility is -2, my presence is +2, my strength is -2, and then my toughness is a fat old 0. So we'll see how far we get through this. But I think I'll not be attacking or dodging. I think I'll be firing stuff at a distance. But we'll find out. That's all the things. Yeah.
I also forgot to give you last time as well, because on top of all your stuff, you do get a number of powers per day as well, which are additional magical things, which I completely forgot about. So I need you to roll me. I'll just double check the number quickly of how many you get per day. But I think it's D4 plus 2, but I believe that's the case. Yeah, so I need you to roll me a D4.
Oh, it's a 3.
Plus 2, so you get 5 scrolls.
Oh, excellent.
Do you have the Mortboard book open or not?
I think I've got the bare bones somewhere from last time.
So the powers are there. You don't have to just choose which ones they are now, but you can.
I like having things in advance for this.
Okay, you want to do that. So that's the one thing we've got to do. So you've got unclean and sacred. Do you want to D10 it then? Just want to random roll them, and then you can do it. It comes after getting better and hit points and abilities, if it helps in the bare bones.
Yes. Powers, there we go, got it. All right, so just a
D10 for sacred, and so unclean scrolls are attacky, and sacred scrolls are healy.
Oh, okay. And I can get 5 total. Yeah. So can I choose which one? Like, can I get it all unclean or all sacred? Okay, well, we'll do.
You can choose. You can just do a bit of mix and match, or
I was going to do mix and match. I feel like I should do 3 unclean and 2 sacred because I feel like I need stuff to attack because I'm not very good at attacking. Okay, so we'll do first unclean is a 2.
Ooh, Tongues of Eris.
Oh, a creature of your choice is confused for 10 minutes. Oh, classic.
That's a good one.
Nice. All right, we'll do it again. That is a 7.
Mesolotls blind your eye. Creature becomes invisible for D6 round or until it is damaged, attacking, defending with DR6.
I assume a creature
you
could
can be
me.
yourself.
Yeah, okay, rather than haha, and they're oh no.
Yeah.
And then the final one is a 1.
Palms open the southern gate. Ball of fire hits D2 creatures, dealing D8 damage per creature.
Cool. All right.
That's cool.
I'll take those 3 for uncleans. Okay, sacred. It's a 6. That's the first one.
Bestial speech. You may speak with animals for D20 minutes.
Oh, D20 minutes. Oh. I can imagine that being like a Zoom call, free call. Oh, your call is finishing up in a minute.
Your free call's over,
and then I've got a 2.
Grace for a sinner. A creature of your choice gets plus D6 on 1 roll.
Oh, very good. That's good.
Cool.
Well, I might need that considering I've got a -2 on a couple of these rolls.
Yeah.
So, all right. I will paste those into my little documents so I've got them to hand because I know we've rolled them and therefore I will instantly forget them as soon as I turn
exactly. That's
thing away. So I'm just going to grab these.
Okay, I've got a little recap that kind of gets you. So what you've done is you've arrived on your making your way after finding tell of a number of items that you need to get. You need a heart of a Lich Queen, which you know is somewhere in the city of Norsted. You need a book called the Liber Omnium. You know that it is in Rotsburg because you were one of the people from this time knowing that there was once a cult which is of the same magics as yourself, using blood curses and blood magics, and it's a fabled book of your people, the Liber Omnium, and the last it was ever heard of was in this palace of Valgatz, which is out in Rotsburg. But first off, you need this heart because with this heart, something particular will happen that will start your journey of ascension through to life beyond. So that's your process. The miseries have come, the world is ending, and you seek a death beyond death because you want to find a death beyond the veil of the basilisk, the 2-headed basilisk that rule this world and are causing the end times. You don't want to be taken to their hell. You want to find a land of freedom beyond. You've been told that there is another realm beyond this where you could escape to in death, and that's the idea. But in order to do this, you need to get this heart first off. And it's in this tower. This tower holds that secret, and you may just need to do a little bargaining or a little violence to get that. So Mortborg is in the land that you're in Mortborg is called the Westland. So it's in the southeast of the country, and it is sort of low rolling hills with very scraggled fauna sort of about. The world is, the sun has been blinded for over a year now, so most crops are dying. You've just got the light of the moon, which is hidden behind shadowy trails of clouds that linger in the sky. And so really your vision at the moment is pretty impaired until you come a crest of a small rise in the hill. And if you have my book, you have my copy of the book, there's a picture of Norsted that appears in front of you, which from the outset, it's a large city, quite a large city, with this huge walls that runs around with these circular turreted parts, like bastions around the edge. And in the center of this is a huge dome with a large, very intricately detailed arch. And you can see this from a distance because these walls and these small towers are lit by very faint, but in the grand scheme of the darkness you're in, quite bright in comparison, small flames that flicker. You see small retinues of maybe 2 or 3, you can't quite tell from this distance, walking along the top of this wall line. But the city behind is relatively dark still. There's moments of bonfires you can see in certain areas and light illuminating the broken towers that display themselves here, these old fabled towers of the mages that once lived here before this collapse. The other element that really strikes your mind, though, at your eyes, is to the right of this, which is the Hallow. You would have known of this thing, the thing that the source of the end of this city, when they try to rip the fabric of reality and find their own way beyond. And this glows with a weird greenish yellow light that is kind of foreign to the realm that you're in. Very vibrant compared to the very pale blues of the sky and the little flicks of candle and firelight that you get everywhere else. Behind this dome is a big glass building that's very detailed, very Parisian kind of vibes. If you know, sort of glass, sort of palais, petit palais, if you know that sort of things, like Gothic. And in there again, you notice more light than anywhere else. And you know that this is the main way in to Farah's Gate, is this big gate on this dome building. And that is your destination right now as you walk through. As the road leads up, it splits to pass into 2 side doors. So you've got this huge gate, but as you can see from the distance as well, you notice that there's a big long processional route, but then the path will split off and go to side gates. You can see at the gate of these, you can see some sentry holding some lights, but there's a whole wall around. There's a number of ways in. You know, your target is to meet this Baal person who's one of the sort of leaders of the gangs that sort of run this dilapidated town, which is in this main building that was lit. So that is your target, the Hall of Wonders it's known as. So it's up to you how you want to approach it.
Interesting. So I think, obviously, taking my way here, knowing it's been quite a dangerous route, and this final prize is almost there. The Sentinels themselves, do they look, or the guards even, do they look like they are, I guess the word is mean. Do they look like they will shoot on the sight? You know what I mean? Like they'll attack on sight, or are they looking to make sure, you know what I mean?
They're sort of lazily sitting on the steps. You know, they're not they're not there like a guard you'd imagine outside a gate, like in a very formal city that's still running. They are 4 sort of people, not really dressed in any fine armor or anything like that. It's 4, brigands. I'm going to use this a lot. Yes. Sort of standing around, lazing on the steps. Actually, so there's the 2 side gates, and the big steps that go up to the huge gate. They're sort of sitting at the base of this, and there's a little fire going. They're sort of hanging around, maybe playing cards. You can't quite see, but they're sort of lazily and maybe looking out. From their demeanor, you presume they're not troubled that often by people coming to this place, but they're there in case of the one-off time when another rival person might want to come and take the city and its treasures from them.
Not much of a defense then, yes.
Yeah.
Spotting this and seeing that them lazily playing the cards and stuff like that, I sort of smile to myself, and I will go straight up to the fire and ask to join in with the game.
Okay. So as you sort of approach from the darkness, because they're sort of standing on the other side of the fire to you, they actually don't have a great view of you, which is very stupid of them. But as I said, they're not... it's a dead city, and they're just ransacking it. There are other people that also ransack it. And slowly, once they hear the footsteps, you hear one of them looking up, trying to sort of get the haze of the light out of them, and just go, "Who goes there?" And they sort of stand up and get a little dagger, like a sword out, sort of short sword, and sort of just stand and move about. And the other of the other 3, one other sort of gets up, and the other 2 sort of sit there cautiously.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I won't get too close. I'll stand on the other side of the fire so that I'm sort of, and I'll have my hands, illuminated, also hands up, and I'm like, friends. Apologies, I didn't wish to disrupt your game. I'm here to, I have an appointment with Baal, but I was curious about your game. Who's winning?
Oh, you want to meet the boss, do you? I want to meet the boss. Okay, but a game for coin?
Oh, always. I cannot help myself.
Oh, all right. Well, we can do 3-card Daisy. You up for that?
Always up for a new card game. 3-card Daisy. How does one play 3-card Daisy?
Well, you get 3 cards. And basically, we're going to get 3 cards. We're going to lay down 5 in front of you. And then from your 3 cards, you'll notice you've got the coins, the sword, the axe, and the stone. You can get those to match up, more of them with the higher number of the stones, the swords, and the coins. Whoever gets the highest number of one single of those, the winner. It's pretty simple.
So, okay, interesting. Yes. Is there any wages for this?
And coins are worth more than all. Because
coins are worth more, of course. Is there a wager to this at all?
Well, we've been playing for quite a while. We've been playing for about, looks at you, gives you a little ire. 3 silver.
Oh, go on then.
So, all right, come sit down, friend. And then the other one that's sort of sitting down kind of goes, looks at the other one that's sitting down and whispers, and then you get up and said, "Before you do," the other one just goes, "Before you do, let's just check if you've got anything on you." Richard, you forgot it again. Come over here. Let's have a see. Just open up your cloak, see what you've got to show for yourself.
Oh, I respect your time, gentlemen. I respect it as much. But if I may, I would like to keep some distance. Take me for dinner first. But I will happily show my wares, and I'll open up my cloak to reveal the various tinctures and stuff.
Yeah, they're just checking to see if you've got any weapons on you. And you've got... What have you got on you? You've got a dagger, I think. A femur. You have a femur.
I have a small femur attached to my leg.
So that looks just like part of your tinctures, and they go, "Oh, a hematologist, I see."
Yes,
Interesting.
Yes, for my sins.
Got any good wares going there?
Oh, well, I do not mix business with pleasure. If I may, I have this appointment, but I play a game or two. But maybe I'll have office hours afterwards.
You notice then that, the other two, the one that came up has gone back, and the one that spoke to you then was the first to arrive, and Richard, and the two then sit down and sort of whisper to one another, and then look at you, and they go, right, we'll deal you in.
Oh,
put out three cards. Cards.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a roll off. Let's roll some dice.
Who knew?
Right.
Who knew the first game would be playing cards?
Well, I mean, why not? All right.
Why the heck not?
Why the heck not? Right, I need a. Let's just roll. Okay, how about this? 3 cards. I'll roll 3 dice, and then I'll roll 5 dice in the middle.
Okay.
And we'll see
who gets higher. So is this 3d20 then?
No, I'm doing 6s. Oh, sorry, I've got 6s. So
that's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. Just making sure. I can do 6s.
Yeah. So if you roll 3 6s.
Okay.
And what I'll say is how many numbers match the 5 in the middle. Okay?
Ooh,
that's how I'm gonna make it work.
Fine.
Right.
Oh, please roll good.
So in the middle, we've got a 6, a 5, 2 5s, a 3, and a 1. So a 6, I've got a 6, a 1, and a 2. So I've got 2 matches.
Okay, I have just rolled. I've got 6, 5, and 4, so I also have 2 matches.
No, but there are 2 5s on the table, so you've got 3 dice that you've got. So I've got 2 matches, which make 4, but you've got 5 total. So in that one,
very cool. Okay.
So you lay down and show that you've got more. Okay. So there's no joint there. If it was a joint, then I'd roll off to see if you've got coins or not. If you see what I mean, that's what we do. Okay. So you show cards. Right. Beginner's luck.
Yes.
You had 4 of them that all laid down 3 silver, so that is 12 silver that goes your way.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate your help. Tell you what, how about we do a little deal? How about you escort me to Baal? I have not been to your fair city before, and you can keep your money, but if I may ask a favour of that is all I ask. At least a little escort so that I am not put upon in such a way whilst going to see the boss.
Okay, roll me a presence check.
Ooh, okay, I'm not too bad at those. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be better at them. Okay.
Actually, with advantage, because you have their money, so that gives you a bit of an advantage.
That gives me a little bit of something. All right,
yeah.
So
because you would have had this. Yeah, if you'd have had a straight roll, if you were just asking them straight out, but the fact that you've got their money give you an advantage on that.
That is on the dice. That's a 15, 14 plus 2, so 17.
17.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, how generous of you, and of course. And they sort of all eagerly rescind, like put their hands back in their pockets with their money. Richard, the first guy, came up, and then the third, the third one who was talking to the other guy who got up, sort of lifts their cowl down, and you notice that this is sort of a femme-presenting character who sort of stands up, and she starts up, but just doesn't say a word to you, and just looks at you, sort of thing, and sort of sizes you up, and sort of indicates to Richard to sort of lead the way, with you in the middle. And then behind. Yeah,
that's fine. I assumed I'm not trustworthy, so that's okay. So I sort of smile nonchalantly, and I will follow Richard with my little bottles clinking in my cloak as we make it into the city.
Okay. So they lead you through these little side gates into what is a very like a side door into the back of this like big domed building. Now, when you're in here, you realize it's a bit like, have you been to the Royal Albert Hall?
Yeah.
It's a bit like being in the outside bits of the Royal Albert Hall. So you're clearly in one of these, like there's clearly a big room somewhere inside the middle of this building that you get glimpses of as you're walking, circumnavigating around this huge dome. So you're really just getting a glimpse of something bigger. There's a sort of fire in the middle. It looks a bit, dilapidated, plastered walls around, which are, they're detailed with some like onyx black, like marble stone in places, but it's all cracking and the plaster's falling off and there's damp bits and there's water dripping. The floor is timber in most places. And occasionally people do appear, you notice. But then you give me a presence check for these. You're not seeing them in your corridor. You're seeing them sort of in the inner bit there. Okay. They look like there's some plate armored people.
Oh, less good, that one. That's 9 total, so it's a failure. 9 total.
You just see some plate armor people passing by, and then one of them gets so close that they just cross the path into sort of like from the inner side space out to where you are, down and then into a little side door, and you just notice that they move slightly weirdly. That's all. Okay. Just like slightly strange. That's
disconcerting, but I'm not surprised.
You're not, yeah, exactly. They're never acknowledged. You're not acknowledged by these things, and neither do the people that are following you acknowledge these plate armored people. Eventually, when you get round, circumnavigating like to the side of it, you start to see like it move into this second building at the back, and it starts changing from being quite an enclosed space to then windows appearing on the corridor now. And when you get to this part, you start seeing some robed figures, and they've got like a big heavy-set white robe that looks like they're sort of enveloped in it, if you know what I mean, like very heavily robed, and they're sort of heads down. Most of them are muttering, talking to each other in very whispered ways. They will sort of look and acknowledge the thing, and then they will head in to this central bit. But now you're at the back of what would be a stage of this circle. Okay. And they're going into those areas. Again, we're not quite sure what they're doing, but this is kind of what's going on. You could maybe roll me, I don't know, a presence check to have some knowledge about maybe who they might be.
Again, I'm not making conversation. I'm just sort of taking my time. Like I said, now that I have a little guard with me, again, keep your enemies close and all that sort of thing. It's just more like I get time to look around, whereas before I might have been more hurrying. So I'll say on that front. Oh, that's not too bad. That is 14 total.
Okay, so you've done a little bit of research about this place, and you know that there is sort of a few different factions of people that sort of exist in here, kind of comfortably together, and they use each other's benefits for each other. So Baal, is basically, it's a gang, and her thing is really to make as much coin and go out with as much style and riches as she can before the world ends. That's her goal. I'm going to get what I can get. And she has, in this process, kind of taken control of all the other people that were doing their own things here, which of one of them was the Arcanistum, which is a bunch of people who are really low rent in comparative to the mages of the time, but they are people that wish to become mages and seek the secrets of the past. And so they had come to this place ages ago, before Baal ever turned up, to try and find some of the secrets hidden behind here and try and understand the magics of the past. But they're really not at a level that could ever understand it, because the magic isn't as big as it used to be. It's not as powerful as it ever was, and it's kind of a lost time. But she uses them whenever she finds something that doesn't understand and thinks could be worth some coin. She'll probably sell it to them first, or at least use them to figure out what it is, and if it could be helpful to her. And so you notice that, and actually it's quite surprising from what was outside, 4 guards. Yeah, there's now quite a few people in here just doing things. And so it really does have that vibe that there's a lot going on inside and they're not really bothered about what's going on outside, because that vibe, the world is sort of, there's safety in the cities or whatever hovels there are, but out in the wilderness, you're not expecting a charge of hundreds of people to come rushing at you.
No. Okay, cool. I guess, just if anyone sort of looks our way, because obviously it seems quite odd perhaps for 2 people escorting this hematurge folk across. I'm just there sort of smiling and nodding and a little wave every so often, and then we'll just go from there essentially.
I think I've just done some rolls, hardly anyone looks at you apart from one kind of gives you a look, and kind of it's that look you get as a hematurgist, like, oh, they've recognized what I do, like they know that, and they're thinking, they're doing the kind of pensively looking at you, what does that mean? But that's about it.
Yeah.
You finally get out of this circular building to the back tall building, and it changes completely. You're into a huge hall, and there's a massive spiral staircase that sort of wraps up in the center of this thing up to chambers and all up higher. And you ascend up these, and as you do, you hear the clanging of actual like swords, and like in some of the rooms, and you see people sort of like fighting with like fencing and stuff like that. So there's actually people training in here. They don't look very good at what they're doing. If anything, they just look like they're keeping themselves like occupied.
Right.
And but it's a big space, and you're probably seeing every 10 rooms with someone potentially in it or something occurring in it. That might be collated to like 3 or 4 rooms together, then nothing. And then a couple of stories, you'll see a couple more being used.
Okay.
So you finally get really to the right at the top of this building. And there's this and you're right up there. And again, all people passing by you. And finally, you're in these sort of these lovely sort of like apartment-y sort of space at the top, and around this sort of central like set that's taking you up, there's a balcony that walks around all the rooms, and you're taken to one such room where you see sort of delicate like stone finish, and the floors now you notice are like much more richly oiled and in a better state, and the first Richard goes up and just knocks on the door. And you hear it inside, like a muffled, like, can you get that sort of sound? And opening the door is a very heavy-set lady in front of you, just a very bulky person. You've never seen Baal before. I don't know if you think this is Baal, but they just open the door and they say something along the lines, "It's Richard!" Like this. Right, then let him in. He's got someone with him, though. Oh, okay. Richard, who have you got with you? Well, it's someone who's got a deal for you.
Yeah, and I'll go, my name is Ergol Val. I was offer maybe you can't refuse, Miss Ball.
An offer I can't refuse? Well, that's interesting. Bring him in. So you get the door you get to see behind this very large set person to see sitting in like a fur, like upper cropped top, sort of like big puffballs, sort of going up the sides, very well kept, like bun hair, and like a very fur sort of skirt that's going down. You know, she's really well dressed.
Yeah, absolutely immaculate, complete slay.
But clearly, but then on like behind the scenes, she's got like quite a tight like top, and she's kind of, you could see, and if you look at it, maybe by your knowledge, that she could still move in this.
Oh, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Sitting right beside her on this desk is like behind the desk that she's sitting at. So she's like sat back, and you realise that there's a big table in front with a couple of papers on it. And then behind that, next to this big arched window, is her sitting at this huge, very massive Brobdingnagian, to use the word, desk, like a big hulking gorgeous leather desk. And sitting to the side of it is a huge axe, like one of those huge square axe, like square edged axes that is like the shaft is that long and the axe is like twice as long. You know, it's huge. It's a cleaver. Wow. And then also in a hand is a wicker head. Now you will know what you will know of wickers. They exist out in the wilds, and they're basically people with lamps for heads. And she's got one of those just as on a chain next to her, and it's like an orb that glows inside this chain, and she's got that thing sitting on the desk next to her. So the light near her is not like this room's got general light, but this little orb is just glowing next to her. And she's known for I think it's called the Wicker and the Whacker, I think, called, like, whatever they're called. So she's got a
I see.
sword.
She's got like a carrot and a stick kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, so wait, sorry. Yeah. This light thing, is it a person? Sorry, with a light for a head?
Well, so there are these beings that have been like magically transformed to have lights for heads, and they're like lanterns that are shoved on their head, and they look a bit like weird diving bells. But inside them is just this light, and it's like a magical light that flickers in a particular way. And she's just got one of their heads on a chain. Just Wrecker and Wicker and Wrecker, that's what it's called. Yeah.
Is it like a pet? You know what I mean? Like, does it move around, or is it just it
does horrible. It has some, they have a magical ability, and you give me a presence check to see how much you might know of what it does.
For sure. It's a natural 1, so I
Natural
know.
one. You've no idea. You've know of Wiccas. You know that they can do. You know what they can do. You don't know what this can do, but you would know that they can magically douse all light sources. So you assume maybe it might have something similar to that, but you're not sure. And you don't know. It also looks like if you got hit with it on a chain, it would bloody hurt anyway. You know, it's a metal and glass lantern, basically.
Yeah.
But she's just got the head of it. She's not got the rest of the body. She's just clearly got the head.
Head. Oh, horrible.
So she's not got an actual thing like on a chain.
Right, yes. It's not like a little creature that's like.
No, it's not like
around.
a creature, like a pet. So I see what you mean now when you're saying a pet. No, she's just got the head of it. It's been chopped off, and she keeps it on a chain, which she can like. There's a picture in my book of her standing there, and she sort of just holds it like a lantern as she walks around.
Oh. I thought you were going to say she has a pet, a massive pet next to her, and then you went axe. So I went, oh, okay. Anyway, and a light on her thing. It's like, there's the pet. So that's why I was like, I was already thinking pets. So no,
I
it's all
put
good.
the picture in our chat.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, immaculate. Love her. Slay.
So, yeah, she's definitely slay. She definitely slays. So, yeah, she just stands there. You say you have a deal for me? A deal I can't... And she loves a deal, but obviously just like... you know, you say you have a deal that I can't refuse, an offer I can't refuse. I've not had one of those in quite some time.
Oh, my lady, it is an absolute thank you for seeing me at such short notice. It is
take +5 for any presence check you take now with her. That's for sure. Yeah, right.
I had heard wonders of your beauty, and it matches your business acumen. Forgive me. My name is Ergolval, and I am but a lowly hematologist. I sell wares and such like. I was hoping for some help in a little small matter. I know you are well connected, and you know pretty much everyone. You are the person I need to know who needs to know. I'm looking for a particular individual, a lich. I have come to pay my respects to the aforementioned sort of lich queen. I believe they passed quite a while ago. I've only just received news that I just wish to go pay my respects. But unfortunately, I have very little to go on in terms of information where they were laid to rest and such. And of course, I didn't mean to... I was always going to come and sort of pay my respects to yourself, Miss Barl. But if you could help me in this matter, why, I can show you a couple of samples of my wares, maybe brew a special concoction just for you. I pride myself on doing quite a phenomenal job for custom orders.
Well, now that is interesting. Very much aware of you and your fellow pariahs' abilities. That would be of much use. Lich Queen, though, not a fan that you're not one of those crimson lot, are you?
No. I
spent quite a long time ridding them from my city.
Of course, yes, and I didn't wish to cause any offence or anything like that. No, I just it is a long, sorry tale of my one of my grandparents had an interesting history, shall we say, and I wish to go and confirm some things for myself.
I see.
It is a private matter, but I pay my respects is maybe a misnomer, more of a show my respects for my grandparent rather than... I see.
Wishing to just make sure she's dead and put the knife in maybe or something of those lines, if it's what I was.
To put it in such words, yes. I guess I need to confirmation on that.
Now I'm much more on board with this idea. Fantastic.
Of course. Okay, apologies. I did not mean to upset you in any way.
No. You've travelled a very, very long way, it seems. Accent couldn't be Rotsburg, could it?
It gives me away, miss. But yes, long way, long journey.
Well, yes, you have had your troubles with the Crimson Lot before, so that makes your story is hanging true. But I would like to... I know where it is. But I would like something... Yes, you do have some very good talents and skills, but I must be brutally honest with you. I do have pretty much every salve or vial that I could possibly want. I would need it to be something of quite a particular level of quality or value. if I was going to offer you such aid as to where something could be, because it's not often I get one of such your kind here. And to be honest, I would not like you to go alone. More for my own benefit to check you're not here to resurrect one of them or something. Not that I wouldn't trust you completely, but I don't. So
No, it is wise. Why do you think I brought some of your guard in with me to show that I am more trustworthy and also not to be robbed on the way in? If may I indicate if I could approach her desk again, showing that I have no weapons.
Yeah, but the minute you'd sort of approach, they would sort of the larger lady would put your hand out to you, and then you'd sort of show that, and she would sort of nod to her and allow you to approach the desk.
Yeah, I'll carefully go up and I'll spread out my cloak, cool Van Helsing style.
Yes,
and I'll go through I'm gonna, what I'm doing. I'm sort of umming and ahhing over this one or this one, but essentially I will end up with placing the, how do I pronounce this, Prale's tincture on the table.
And yeah, okay, so you pull out this. Do you want to describe what it looks like?
Sure, unless you've got something canon.
Well, there is a canon, but you can describe it however you like.
Cool. I think I have all these different bottles and beakers and all that sort of thing. Very sort of mad scientist of all different liquids in it that are various thicknesses and densities, and then I and ah over at the sort of after a couple of minutes, a tiny tin, almost like the size of a lip balm, and I sort of open it and give it a little sniff, but obviously, and it's like a little I would say like a little purple sort of moisture, like a thick sort of, again, like a lip balm sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I sort of put it on, and there's just all there is. It's just like a PT on it, and I just put it delicately on that, and I went, that, my dear Miss Ball, is quite the prize. I hope this is but a humble offering, and I sort of place it across to her. It took a lot to get this, and I'm happy to part it.
It doesn't look like a lot to me. Okay, well, I need to know a little bit more about what this thing does.
Well, it is a, if I may, I don't wish to furnish you with so many little details and stuff, but I entered an agreement with a hag over various items and stuff, and this is one of the prizes. It can undo certain actions, certain choices. It's almost as if you see a future and you do not wish for that future to commence, simply take a little bit of this mixture, and I indicate to put it over the lips, and then like kiss to the air, and you will have a moment or two to revise a choice, so to speak.
Oh, rescinding of one ideal. Okay. Well, that sounds like a quite worthy prize. I've heard of such things before, but they are seeming to be a magic that's very rare. For the sake of argument and the sake of my own...
Of course, you're a businesswoman.
I'm assuming this is a one-time thing. Once I use it, it's gone, sort of thing.
Indeed, this is, as you can tell, it is just a one.
I'm not willing to.
Yes.
I don't quite know what I want to use it for now, but that I could check its veracity. Richard, run and get me Oban. He's the best of them. Just bring him up here as quick as you can.
What I will say, my lady, you're more than welcome to maybe this is just a sample for you to test. I still have my connections with said hag, and maybe I can supply you with more later.
Make a presence check as to how, because you're lying now, because you don't have a good relationship with that hag.
Nope.
But you're going to give you a +5 because, on top of that, because of you've done pretty well.
Charmed her. Okay, so this is 7 plus 7 in total. Whoa, 23.
Wow. Well, okay. Yeah. So she does believe that you can do this. So
yes.
She's got that in mind.
Yeah.
She's not quite sure what she wants to do yet, so she's not going to use it. But her point is, you've kind of convinced her, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm smooshing up to her a little bit. My goal is that even if she doesn't give me the information, if she's like, no, but I've already made an impact. I feel like I've already sort of got an inroad there, so that maybe there's other ways if she doesn't take it. So I'm not too fussed Although if she uses it, I'll be a bit sad. But it is just a bold move, right?
It's a bold move. I like it. So Richard's gone out the room, and you hear him like following down the steps. You're sitting there for a little bit of time. You pass the time as you wish. She might say, "I've got to get back to something," but you're free to have something to drink, or there's some food out as well. And as I said, there's like a big dining table with some papers on it, and you'll probably be pushed some papers aside and told to sit there while she's getting on with looking through like what looks like books with numbers in them and stuff like that.
Yeah. The only thing I would do is just check what the big, broad lady is doing. I presume she's just keeping her eyes on me, but is there anything
next to you? Next to you, yes.
I try and make a tiny bit of small talk, which probably does not is a one-way thing. So I'd like...
You realise that they are brawn, not much of the brains, and they say 2-3 word sentences maximum if you're lucky, of which they are, after you've asked them about 4 questions, they just... pick up a piece of paper and pretend to read it like clearly they are not reading it, but they're pretending to read it right in front of your face. Do you know what I mean?
Great. Yeah. So I've said questions like, so what time are you on till? Going on holiday anytime soon?
Nothing. And then after a while, they will just ignore you, pick up the paper and just look at it, and you can tell that with what their stock of answers have been so far, they probably have no idea what's on there, and they haven't turned the page in 10 minutes. So it's
sure. Yeah, they're just ignoring me. Do they look armed at all or anything like that?
Yes.
Or is it just brawn? Okay,
she's armed, but she's not got it out. She's got a sword. It's attached to the side in like a sheath. It's not anything particularly fancy. It's kind of a short blade, but she's very strong.
Strong.
You're quite wiry. So
yeah. Sorry, my final question is that did she seem like she could move fairly quickly? I guess I got the strength of it.
Yeah,
but do you think
say you would have to find out.
Okay, I need to test that. That's fine.
I don't know how good your knowledge of like musculature is potentially. Like you could give me a presence check as to like understanding how much you see. Let's see.
I'll do a quick one. I think basically
sizing them up.
It is sizing them up. I think like I would have seen them like walk a little bit, but they're not pacing. They're not doing that. So I don't expect to get much out of it. But I
think it's that kind of thing that like. Probably not going to win a 100-meter sprint, but she's probably got endurance on her side. But also, with muscle, you can just move at a certain level. Do you know what I mean? In a short distance, you can probably push yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
That's fine. That's just a 7 total. So yeah, I wouldn't have gained a good. Yeah, again, I'm not like athlete here. It's more
probably, like in 100 meters, you probably could sprint away, but she'd probably keep running.
Yeah, I need to make this a sprint, not a marathon. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Exactly. If the worst comes to happens, okay, cool. That's all I wanted to check. Yeah, but yeah, I'll just sit quietly after trying my attempt to small. Again, I'm trying to make myself look like I'm a good business person. Completely honest.
Would you have left the tincture with Bal, or would you brought it with you? Would you have packed it up and taken it away, or would you have left it there?
I think I would have because I might have put other ones out. I would put it out. I will look to her. And I will say, as a favor of goodwill, I will let you have it. And, I'll just be over here if you have any questions.
That's good.
Basically do the lush shop assistant.
Yeah, I'm going to leave you with the nice smelling stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to be like, I'm just a nice business person. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. So, but we'll see how well that goes. Yeah.
Well, okay. So, as you're waiting, you've had this conversation. Suddenly, Richard returns, looking a little bit tired, a little bit sweaty after coming up those stairs twice now, and probably doing a bit more quick steps than he did with you. Behind him comes one of these cloaked figures. They sort of there's a smell to them. The minute they walk in the room, it's like Old Spice mixed with really old incense. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of got that like peppery smell of Old Spice, but also that sort of like incense sort of heady smell. It's not, you're not going to get close enough to like, but I think what you would notice once you sort of like, you might breathe it in a bit more and you feel a slight headiness off this smell. Just a slight, nothing, you're not going to be affected by it. It's not like they're holding an incense with them, but there is a slight headiness that comes to it. And this person sort of removes their cloak and you notice they're just super pale, gaunt figure. You cannot really discern much more about them apart from that they're just skulls. They've got no hair and they creep in and you see these hands come out of it to look. They go, "You called for me, mistress." And Bal goes, "Yes, this fine hematologist here has brought me a fantastic tincture of some sort that deems to offer a change of path, a change of truth, a change of time, and a wish of some sort that it could, change of outcome. And I wish you to just check that it does what they say with your abilities that you have, however lackluster they can be at times. Oban. Oh yes, well, no, not the mages of old. Yes, but I can do my best. And he gets out and he's going to just give her a couple of rolls. Okay, yeah. The first chance, he sort of fumbles it and nearly drops it on the floor.
Yeah,
as he picks up.
I try not to react. Definitely an eyebrow goes up a little bit and goes,
yeah. And he goes, oh, sorry. Oh, yes. Anyway, and he pulls out a little gem from one of his pockets, and then and sort of enough hands. You there? Grabs the shoulder of the big lady, just grabs her and just goes, you, come up here, help me. And she kind of awkwardly gets up. Hold this, and gives her the gem, and he goes, puts the tincture back down again, realizing he's not done what he should do, goes to his pocket and pulls out a white cloth, and it's kind of white cloth that's got symbols written on it, and he wraps that on his hand, folds it down over his hand like this, and then he puts the tincture in it, and then he folds it over, he's closed it up and then folds over the things on top, and you see that the marking sort of circle on the middle, and he takes the gem, puts it on, and then you see him just kind of hold his hand over it for a minute. I'll give him another roll. Yeah.
Don't drop it.
No, that was just to check how well his arcane does. He sees it and he goes, indeed, it does exactly as she said. This is a prowler's tincture of all things. How covetous. And you can see for a moment he considers his chances. Do you know what I mean? He considers his own chances at running for it or thinking if he could do it. And you see when he's unfolding it, he's still goddamn thinking about it. It's obvious as well. And she looks at him and you see Baal look at the big lady as if you grab him if he goes for it.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm just and if he catches my eye, I just go.
I'm going to make a roll for him. I want to see what he does.
Yeah, I sort of shake my head and go.
He decides the better of it. He does. Very close. It was one point he was on the limit.
Geez.
He decides to then. He holds it for a heck of a long time in his hand as he's putting it on the table, and he lets go of it, and he walks away, and you can see his eyes sullen, and he doesn't say a word about It doesn't. It says, I must get back to my studies. And he says it as he's walking out the door, I must get back to, yes, my studies. Yes. Bye. And he just kind of off, without saying bye. I think he just walks off, in I've made the decision, I better leave before I change my mind.
Yeah. Don't, no regrets. Yeah. Absolutely. Ooh. I'll turn back to Madam Miss Ball, and I sort of shrug my shoulders a little bit oh, well, there you have it.
Going on his demeanour, I think you're yes, the veracity of your claim seems correct. This is a fantastic thing. Well, okay, I'm happy to make this bargain. I'll take this for now. And she just quickly pockets it. Yep. The tower is Torquay. You need Torquay. Okay. It is the old tower of those damned cultists. And for my own troubles, just to make sure, I'll send them 2 Meccans with you, and Richard and... Yeah, Richard and then she turns to and you and points to the lady that followed you behind earlier. Doesn't say a name. Cool. I think she would say a name. She'll keep that to herself, and she'll just say, and 2 Meccans. You've met them before, right? You've come across Meccans in your time.
I have not had the pleasure, my lady. I am normally a solo traveller.
Well, they're a feature of this city. We've got a couple of them under our control. Finally, they have their tendency to get a little bit wild, but they are just mechanical. You'll just see them earlier. The armored beings. They sort of wander around. You might come a cropper of a couple of them when you're in some of these towers. They were built by these arcanists to defend them. They've gone a little bit wild. Most of them are pretty harmless these days, but we've been able to. Through Oban's work and his other friends, we've been able to get a couple of them on our side. So you can have 2 of those. But I'd like some actual eyes on you, if you don't mind.
No. I understand. I have come making some claims. I would not trust myself. But how about this, my lady? I appreciate you know where the place is. Is there anything I could do to help sweeten the deal, I've given you this a little gift of my talents, but is there anything that you would like from the place itself?
I'm so glad you asked. That makes it so much easier than what I might have planned. Anything you find in there that is of any value to me, that is not for your magics, but is of the Queen. We've been in there, but I've not been into her vault.
Vault.
No. To be honest, I might have left that out, but there's I don't know how to get in. It's been a bit of a bugger, actually.
Oh.
So if you do get in there and you find anything of use or knowledge or something, I would be very welcome to having it. And if you don't, Richard here and my other friend will make sure you do.
I will indeed do my best, my lady. I appreciate all of your help so far, and I will endeavour to make our arrangement a happy one.
Fantastic. I love to hear it. And she says, well, I think that's our business concluded. Good luck, and I hope to see you soon.
If I may, I'll just get it. I'll move in closer to her.
Yeah.
She
reaches a hand towards she pulls the chain a little bit tight on the wick. That's all.
Again, I just to try and whisper to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I believe your your broad lady friend, she looks a bit tired, don't you think? Maybe he needs a little bit of a rest, and I will get up and sort of leave.
She, I'm just trying to think how she would take that, because she doesn't like people telling her things that she should of how to so she would sort of go, no, yes. I know, but it's the fact that I know what you said.
I'm trying to unnerve her, because that
I know
that
you have, but you've not said anything. Yeah, but you've not said anything to upset her, but she can feel like she's like, have you insulted me or haven't? She's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And as you're leaving, that's what you've left her as in
perfect.
I'm not sure if I'm insulted. I also just don't like people telling me what to do generally, and no one does.
Yeah.
But you've given me this thing. I'm going to let you off this time, and you've gone. You're going to go do something which actually I've been meaning to do for quite a while, which would be very useful potentially.
Yeah, I'm trying to be in her good books and seeing how far I can push the line without getting into trouble necessarily. I think that's what I'm trying to see. That's what all this information, because I know that I'm surrounded. There's no point in fighting.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's fine.
I'm already at a disadvantage anyway. So that's why I'm just trying to wheedle my way in and out. Essentially,
No, I like it. That's good. Okay, so we get to do a fun thing now.
Ooh, I'm excited.
We get to roll and make up the tower we're going to. Because my book's got a tower generator, so you're going to a tower, and there's a few things that we have to have in there that we can't do. So the tower generator,
an entrance.
Well, no, as in, usually you can roll for how many levels it is, but I've determined that we're going to have 8 levels just because. Yeah. For the time that we've got.
For time's sakes, yeah.
Exactly, for time we've got and stuff like that. But the fun and the things that you have is normally you'd roll, you can roll for who owns it, but we've already know it's a lich, so that's fine. Yeah. So there's certain things that happen with that, which is that it doesn't really matter for this, but it's just to note that you have a vault is their chamber, rather than you having a vault which would have treasures in it. This is a vault that is the chamber where the lich would live and sort of has hidden themselves away and where they are, where they are. And also it determines the sort of types of things you can run into in there is all it is. So that's already, so we don't have to roll on owner, but we can roll on style.
Absolutely.
And shape. So let's go for shape first, which is D8.
A D8 shape. Mm-hmm. That's a 4.
4. Domed, aka compensating.
I love that. It's a smaller dome compared to the wow.
No, it's a very over the top dome, if you know what I mean. They're clearly compensating for something here.
Oh, I see. Love it.
There you go. Style, D10. The others you could have had was cylindrical, pyramidal, square, many pronged fork, twisted, tree like, or unhinged chaos. So you got style, D10.
D10. All right. Oh, that is a 10.
Ooh. Well, you can roll again, or you can choose.
I'm gonna roll again. I like random, me. So that is a 6.
6. Homely. It says in the book. Cozy, like wood fires and floating castles. Heath Robinson, sort of ramshackled feeling.
Ooh, Nice. A homely dome.
Yeah,
That's compensating for something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a tower which would have like a big dome on the top, if you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly. So that's it.
I'm imagining, I know the BT tower isn't like that, but like that's sort of like a blob on the end, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah.
But it's homely, so like what, it's got like beautiful vines.
Yeah,
like,
it's all very like, it's kind of like cottage vibes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ivy. It's kind of got very wizard tower in house moving castle sort of thing.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say like Rapunzel's tower, Disney.
Yeah,
sort of like,
it's very that, but it's very, but like, yeah, much more like cozy. And when you go inside, you'll notice that it'll be timber with like mottle and daub sort of things, and there'll be nice cozy chairs, which is so weird for a lich. I love that. I love the lich.
So
loves
cute.
it.
Like, oh my god, no way.
Exactly. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll for what level you enter in, because as I say in the book, wizards are weird, and therefore they don't have to enter at ground floor if they don't wish to.
Okay.
So a D8 for
D8. I roll a 1, so I'm entering on the ground floor. Yeah,
so
I know. I'm boring. I'm like, nope.
Okay, well that's fine. So
my feet stay on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. You leave the chamber, you walk down the stairs, and you're greeted by Sir Richard and this other character with you. And they'll say something along the lines of, okay, well, right, it's a tall guy. Okay, well, we'll go down, we'll grab 2 mechans from the vault, and then that means you've got to cross town. Have you got anything? Do you need to, it's not to talk like that. Is there anything you need to prepare for? Is there any, I don't know, any of your magics or anything like that?
No, I've come very much prepared. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you've been put in as a different work day, so to speak, and yourself. I turned to the other individual. I was like, I appreciate your company on this. Just biggest smile.
Yeah.
Unnerving as heck. So yeah.
Yeah, they just sort of nod and
strong and silent. I like it.
Richard. Then talks to Richard. Richard walks on, gives him a little kick. Richard sort of moves you on. We'll go grab the 2 mechans. I haven't got names for these mechans, but you can give some if you want. But they take you down halfway, and you get to a room, and you see inside there is just like 4 or 5 of these armored creatures, like armored. They just look like armor that's hollow inside. There's a sort of glow inside in the helmet, and 2 of them are walking into a wall. And 2 of them are sort of sitting down, just sort of like not doing anything. And one of them's just standing on the side there. And the 2 walking into a wall are sort of like walking to a wall, and they bump, and they just walk off in a different direction. And then they're sort of bumping around a bit like a DVD screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like a Roomba, sort of like
a bit like a Roomba.
But yeah,
and then when you open the door, they go. Richard just kind of claps like this, and all of them stand to attention and sort of in a line like that. And Richard looks at the other person, and they go point at the other 2, and he goes up to them, and you see that he pulls out from his pocket this little object. It's like a stone, and he sort of like taps them with the first one. He does it kind of like from a distance, like tap like that, and it kind of like goes, and it moves towards him and goes, "Oh, hello, Richard," and he goes, "Yep, good," and then taps the other one, and he goes, "Oh, hello, Richard." And they go, fucking freaky. Okay. All of us. Okay, Richard, they say in unison. He kind of shivers a little bit and goes, all right. And even a little like, you can see the other person isn't quite keen on this either.
Interesting.
And then he claps again. And then the other 3 just all go back to what they were doing. And you walk out this room.
Could I determine then that the control is this stone that Richard has? Okay, great.
Yeah, easily determined. It does some sort of... the clap seems to do something. That seems to be a command they've got. But once you do the tap, it seems to turn them from being mindless to being active of some description.
Yeah, and also under that person's
It seems
control.
to be there, yeah.
Cool. I'll make a note of that. Again, I just sort of smile at these, like, as they come through. Presumably they're ignoring me and just focusing on Richard, like moving
They
back
sort of
through.
look at you, but they don't acknowledge you. They just Richard has told them to follow, so they are now following literally Richard. They are probably about a person between each of them, and in a line, as if it was a train. Like there was a line following him. If he turned like weirdly left, they would kind of follow with him.
Oh, horrible!
Like
Don't
Snake.
like that. Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're fully armored. They've got huge, like Zweihander style swords and a shield in their hands, and it looks like they probably pick up the shield and the Zweihander is one-handed, they look, that's kind of what it's giving this vibe. They are like just a suit of armor, proper full-on suit of armor.
And you, again, as I know you've already clarified, and they're completely hollow. They're sort of like...
From what you can see, it just looks like there's a glow inside the helmet, but otherwise, from like any of the gaps, it just seems to be shadow.
Interesting. Okay.
So you make your way out the town, and you cross it to the other side of town along like a main route, really, that seems to run from the Hall of Wonders itself, like it's like a grand avenue. Mm-hmm. Give me a D20 roll, see if you come across of anything, what you come across.
That's a 16 I got.
16, so you got quite high. So with that, the benefit of having these, it seems, is that what happens is you're walking down this main avenue, you notice you see something that is weird. And you've seen weird, but this metallically furred creature clearly just walks out of an alleyway about like 150 feet in front of you, right? And it's got spindly legs. It's got a hollow singular eye in the front of it, and there's just this fur coming out of it. And it is... Give me a presence check just to see how sort of terrified you may have been by this, because it's just so other.
Yeah, I mean, Fiona is terrified, but that was a 17, so 19 total.
You sort of see it and you steel yourself inside as to maybe more interest than, but it's also quite... And
unnerving, yeah.
You see this thing creep out, make like a sound, like a clickly sound, and it looks at the mechan and decides, you see it look directly, and it's like, when it looks at you, you feel physically sick, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, like, it makes you feel sick, like, but not because of what you're seeing. You just feel like an unnerving sickness, and it moves its gaze across to them, so it takes it off you. You feel like, it's like you breathe again properly. It then looks at this and then sort of stickers away, like sneaks away back into its thing where it was. Okay. And Richard goes, chaps, to the front, and they go to the front of it, and then they just move into the front now, and then they're walking.
Okay,
and looking,
Richard. Yeah.
Okay, Richard. Eyes on the sides, and they go, okay, Richard, and you walk through.
Oh, horrible! Yeah.
At the end of this avenue, rising in like its vertically adorned form with its dome on the top, and there's loads of ruins around it, is what they seem to be heading directly to this thing. It's not like the end of it, but it's off to the side, and you can see this tower, and they sort of turn towards it comes up a long avenue, and there's a deviation where there's like a triangular building which is completely bombed out, and you're going towards this other one at the end of the alley, and you make your way there, and at the ground floor there is just this simple, very homely door. It's like little homely door.
It's like a little mailbox, with like painted flowers.
Yeah, exactly. All of this, and it's so not what you were expecting.
Yeah. And if anything, this is the most unnerving thing out of the whole experience I've had so far. Everything else, like I'm like, okay, creepy creatures, okay, hollow magical suits, a woman that clearly does not like me and wants to kill me, and I'm just like, what the heck is this? Is unknown. What the heck is? I wouldn't have seen anything like this in my travels, so it is unnerving as a result.
Yeah, there you go. So if you approach the door, I don't know. I think in this, Rich would be like, "Your honours, I guess."
Thank you. I'll go up to the door. Mm-hmm. Presumably, it's shut, closed.
It actually looks like it's a little bit on the hinge if it's not, like it's kind of fallen over a bit, because it's slightly damaged, this tower.
Again, all I will do is just a quick run over of my eyes over the door itself, in case there's any traps, like any sort of like poison dart trap or anything like that, of opening the door itself, like fully.
Okay. Right.
If able to, like, again, there's only so much I can do. Yeah, no,
so give me a presence check to see what you can discern from it.
That is a 13. Only
okay,
just
13. Right. Can you roll me also a D12, please?
12? Oh, wow, that's a 12.
Right. Interesting. So you
go
to the door and you put your ear to it. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I don't know. Wait. There's definitely something breathing in there.
Interesting. Okay. I will sort of like step back and I'll look to Richard and the other individual, and I'm like, maybe send the the suits in first.
Right. Great.
And I step back and give them a wide berth.
All right.
Step away from the door, yeah.
You heard them. Chaps, through the door. Okay, Richard. And they literally just walk through the door. They don't open the door.
Oh, God.
Straight first one through, other one through. And then suddenly, behind them, you see this heavy set, knighted figure. Similarly to them, you're like, is this another one of them? But it's big. It's wider than it is tall. You're not quite sure how that's possible. They've got this huge helmet on, which has got one horn that's like huge and another one that's slightly smaller, a cow horn sort of like helmet on, and this massive blade, which is horned at the end.
Lord.
And it just is standing there, and you see them open the door. It seems like it was asleep, and they've opened the door, and it's woken up and gone, woof, and it's going to take an immediate slice at them, I think, just because they've just...
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Better than me.
Better than
I
me.
absolutely would have failed sneaking in on that roll for sure.
Well, so the Meccans... actually, I need you to roll for defense for them. You should be rolling for all these, so you need to roll defense for the Meccans.
So just a D20,
yeah?
All right.
You can +4 to their agility.
Okay, well, that's good. That's a 19 total then.
So this blade, we'll do it for both of them. We won't roll twice. The blade just goes round because they work as one. It goes around and they literally like slide out, and the blade just kind of swips past them. It's then that is that thing's turn. It is now your turn. We'll go first with you as to what you do.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just looking at all my stuff. Okay.
You literally rolled the highest on this. It's like the worst that you could get. Okay, right.
Sure. Does it seem like it's so big it can't get through the door? What's
probably would have to break the wall to get through the door. 100%.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
and
it's big. It's like a 8-foot human, but wide.
Wide. Yeah, that's fine. And
probably like 6 foot wide.
Can I, again, I will say, like, again, you feel free not to give me this. Can I see the room at all that it's in? Like, is
it's
it like
very simple, it just seems to be like the ground floor of this thing. It's a tall room, as in the door was really small and it comes in, it's kind of like, imagine timber vaulted up, and there seems to be a staircase behind where this thing is, which seems to lead up and then split in two up to the next floor. And this seems to be the only thing on a timber staircase that seems to be just sitting there waiting for someone to open this door.
Okay.
And that seems to be all that you can see with this brief look in this moment. Yeah.
Fine. What I will do my Hail Mary. So I will I see Richard, I see this other person, like, we're all sitting, and I'm like, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I want to use the blind your eye spell to make me invisible for 2 rounds.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a D20. You have to roll a D20 for that. Get a plus your presence.
Okay. I was going to say, oh, thank goodness for that. That is a 17 total.
So you cast it. So you will roll D6 for how many rounds you get.
Thank God, I was like going like, well, if it doesn't work, balls. I mean, 2 rounds. That's fine.
2 rounds. That's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
You can move about now. You're invisible, so it won't be able to see. Is anyone you'd like to move?
Yeah, I want to slip in so that I'm past the fighting, essentially. I want to be on the other side just to get a good look.
So you'd be up some steps. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to just be able to see if there's anything else I can use. Anything. I'm not going to do it. I literally just slip and move.
Want to see if you can find like a weapon of some description or
exactly, something? A weapon or just like anything with the environment. Yeah.
Roll me a D. You can roll me a D20 now just to do that as like a free action of like what you see.
Okay. If it on the dice, it's just 14.
Okay, so yeah, you can see there's actually beside on this wall, like lining the upper of the stairs, is you see a couple of actual swords and blades and old like ceremonial style armor that's sort of like held up there. So if you wanted that, on top of that, you know, there's some broken bits of timber that have fallen down, a couple of bits of bricks and stone as well that are there. So if you were like improvising weapons, you could find those. But there is some weapons up at the top of the stair. It would take you enough to get up and down and maybe make one strike if your next turn, if you wanted to so
yeah, I'll do that in the next turn, I think. Yeah. I'm just slipping in to be like, because I just don't want this thing to hit me necessarily.
Moving up to the next floor, you will have to make another roll. I will warn you of that.
That's fine. I can do that.
Then it will be the Mechan's turn. If you can roll me for them to attack.
Ooh, not good. That's only a 4 on the dice.
4 on dice. So they turn it back, and then they pull out their Zweihander sword, and they try and swoop it in. Well, the first one will do a swipe. The second one will just use their special attack. Can you roll me just a D20 again? This is for the actual knight.
Ooh, much better. That is a 17.
Okay, so they do it, and what they do is you hear this wail. Can you also make me a D20 presence check? I'll make them for the others. They survive.
That's a 16. They survive.
Okay, so 16. You'd make it. You make it. The knight has failed it, and I need to roll for. Richard's passed it. Oh, and she passes it as well. Ooh. So actually, what happened? Literally, I was so lucky. Okay, so the knight suddenly, this wail sound, it's so unnerving. You feel worse sickness than you felt when you saw that weird thing.
Oh, no,
and you see the knight's no eyes there, you don't see it, but it just kind of sways a little bit weirdly after it happens. And it feels like it's off balance and is not focused the way it was on them. Richard then will have known what's happened. I think you might have put his ears, which is probably why they've both done it. They know how this works, so they might have plugged their ears beforehand. So that's why they both saved. And Richard then now is going to make an attack. You roll me the d20s for them. Roll me d20.
Well done, Richard. That was a 16 on the die.
16. Richard's got a sword, so that is a d4 short sword. He's got a short sword.
D4. Oh, he got a 4.
It does nothing.
Oh, Richard.
That's as best he's going to do, and it does nothing. The lady will come up, and she will hit him with an actual sword that she's got.
Okay.
And that's a D6.
Do you want me to roll the D20 first to see if she hits?
D20, yeah, that's it.
Got 7 on the die, unfortunately, so she didn't get...
7 on the die? No, she doesn't. Yeah. So again, she tries to hit and... but with advantage. With advantage, because this is dazed by the whale.
16. Sorry. No,
yes.
That's great.
Roll me a D6 for her damage, and I'll roll a D6 for how much it takes off. So
I rolled.
-2 from that, so it takes 2
damage. Oh, nice work. Yeah.
So she gets to hit it. It doesn't quite get between the shapes of the armor, but it definitely does make some impact, and it takes some damage. It's then back to its turn now. That's everyone's had a go. Yeah. It won't make a turn. It can't. It literally seems to slash wildly at nothing. It's seeing other things it's attacking, and that's its turn. So now it is your turn again.
Do as I say, go up to that other level and pick out... So you said there was weapons and stuff, but there's also like broken timbers and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, broken timbers, some bricks. I'm just thinking like other improvised weapons you could find. Maybe like a lantern you could probably hit with. Like there's obviously improvised stuff you could probably find that's just fallen about that you'd find in a general house. You know, like if a house fell down in part. But then there is some ceremonial.
Well, that is a great question. So I'm guessing, because I'm guessing it's a circular staircase, so these are on the wall. They're not above this creature.
No, it's like it's a stair that goes straight up, meets the end, and then returns round on itself onto the other level. If you know what I mean. So it kind of goes.
And that's where I am. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna. The weapons won't really help me too much in terms of I won't have the strength for it. I'm gonna pick up some improvised bricks and timber, and
you could throw it.
I was going to say, I'm going to go a little bit down and throw it at the.
You're going to get advantage on this. If it's a throw, it's an agility rather than a strength. So so
that's still a -2, but that's fine.
Okay, but you got advantage.
Oh, that's annoying. So I rolled a 3 and an 11, so it still would be 9 total. So
you try to it's because it's wildly moving about in ways you can't quite understand because it seems to be hitting things that aren't there. It moves. You try and throw the brick, and it just kind of goes straight past them.
Sorry, just to check, because obviously, if I'm attacking, then that I will become visible. But it does say DR6.
No, you don't become visible. No,
do I not?
It's DR6. Of course, you've got DR6. You don't become visible. You've got DR6, so you do hit because you're invisible.
Brilliant. There you go.
Of course. Yes.
Sorry, I just looked at it there. Yeah. So yes. Whoa, that was close though. So 9.
So you throw this thing. Now I'm going to say a brick is going to be a D4 probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not gonna be much. So also it's still got armor and stuff, but
D4.
Rolled a 3.
Well, it -2, so it does 1 damage to it.
I mean, every little helps. That's fine.
You've clinked it, and it's done something to it. You're still going to be invisible for the next round again.
Oh, great.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Not really. I'm going to stay where I am, and next turn I'm just going to throw another brick. Essentially, I want to be far away, but also help where I can. I appreciate that means a lot of rolls on my part, but for you. But I think there's no point in me pushing in.
Yeah, no. Roll another Roll me a D12, then D20 for the advantage for the mechan. So roll 2 and.
Oh, okay. Roll 2. All right.
Give me the best.
Wow. Yeah.
+4.
+4. Well, that is a 22.
22.
Advantage, yeah.
Bloody hell. Right. So roll me 2d6. Roll me 4d6 because they can do this once with their tainted swords. They can use this ability once.
Ooh, okay, so do you want the totals or do you want them all separate?
Just give it all. Just give me the two. Give me first two, and then give me the second two.
Okay, so it was so the first two was a 9 total.
-5, so that's 4. So that's pretty good. So this is down to. They did 3, 1, and 4. So they're down to. I should be writing this down. Let me get.
Yeah, write this down quickly. Yeah.
Yes, so they're down to. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And what's the other one? The other
one is a total of 7. I rolled quite well.
Oh, they rolled 60s. They rolled a 6, so that only does
all
1
good.
damage in the army. So again, but 2 good strikes. Can you roll me 2 more d6s to see if they regain their charge in their swords for this additional damage?
Yeah, absolutely. 2 and a 5, so probably.
So
not.
one of them gets it back.
Oh,
so if they hit next time, I'll try and remember that one has 2d6, one has 2d6. So basically, they have when they hit with their blade, they sort of hit, and then out from it, some energy goes in the same glow that's inside their eyes, shoots through the blade, and sort of charges through the armor, and
that's cool.
And you notice that one of them, well, you don't know, but one will have that ability next time.
Yeah, for sure.
But the second one tries to hit, and it does it, but it doesn't quite hit correctly, so it doesn't seem to do as much damage. But it's looking pretty bad now. It's looking like it's still got 2 rounds of this, so it's still it still seems to be flailing around randomly. Roll me for Richard, then a D12.
D20, you mean? Or
D20, DR12.
That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So that is a 16 on the die.
Okay, yeah. Oh, he's got advantage, so see if he gets a crit, just in case he can crit.
Nope, that's a 5.
Yeah. And then a D4. D4 for him. Don't worry about it. He can't do any damage. I rolled 5 on my D6.
I rolled a 1, yeah. So.
Okay. And then the same again for Unnamed Lady.
Okay, so advantage again. That is 14 is the highest on the 2 die.
He hits, and D6.
D6, all right. Oh, 6.
Oh, and it did 3, so it's -3. So, it's close.
It's close.
It's back round to you. It's back round to it. Again, it's still under this effect for this last round. I think what you'll notice is it does another swing randomly, and then at the end of its turn, it sort of is starting to come back to the room.
The helmet's been spinning this whole time, and it grabs its helm and it...
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Your turn though. You still get advantage for this.
I still get advantage because then I presume at the end of this turn I will turn visible.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. I will.
And also also it's technically not finished its loopiness, if you know what I mean, is because I was just saying. Yeah.
Oh,
everything happens at the same time, if you know what I mean. But,
yes. No, I understand. So I will get.
You need to get DR6 still, and you've got advantage because
I've got advantage. And I will become visible at the end of this.
And you'll become visible after it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I've got advantage. So I'm just going to throw another brick. Again, I feel like brick seems to be all right for now. So, there we go. That is 50 -2 because it's agility. So that's 13. Still,
you hit.
Still does it. Yeah. And then it's a D4.
D4.
It's only a 2.
They did 5 on the dice, so it does nothing. It just hits
pings
them,
off.
but it just pings off like nothing.
Yeah.
So you're trying your best.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. And I just appear at the top, all my bottles clanking because I'm like, it's been clanking this whole time.
Yeah, and they go and they sort of notice you and clock you. It then will be the Mechans' turn again, so you can roll me. They still get advantage.
They still get advantage. Okay, so to the end of this round. Okay, so the highest for the first one was a. Oh, well, so we're doing it grouped, aren't we?
Yeah, just group.
14.
14. So they do hit. Give me 1d6 for the first hit.
Okay. That's a 5.
They just roll 5 as well. And then give me 2d6 for the other one.
All right. In total is 7.
Oh, I rolled a 6 again, so it's only 1 damage.
That's all good. Hey, this creature is bad. It's great.
At the end of this turn, you both roll me 2d6 again, see if they get over 3, any of them, to see if they get their charge back.
Oh, I see. Yeah, 2d6 for both of them. Sorry, or
just 1d6. So d6 per one, so 2d6 total. So.
1 gets a 4, and 1 gets a 3.
Both of them 3+. They both get to use 2d6 next time if it comes to it.
If it needs to it, yeah. Okay.
It's now Richard's turn again, so give them a d20.
With it, is that advantage still? Okay.
Still advantage turn.
Oh god, I'm rolling lots of 14s. 14 is the highest.
Yeah. Okay, and give me a D4 then for him, and I'll roll.
On, Richard.
He can't do anything. I've rolled a 5.
That's a 2. Yeah, he's just clanging. Bong, bong, bong,
just
bong.
Just so shit. And then
Richard,
unnamed lady.
Richard.
Unnamed lady, which is
unnamed lady. Let's go. Oh, that's a natural 20. There we go.
Oh, 2d6 now. Give him 2d6. Oh no, you can double the dice. You can double the dice or roll 2d6.
I like rolling the dice. I don't mind. If the dice tell me otherwise. That's another 7. I'll get a 6.
I only rolled a 2 on my armor save, which means. How does she do this? Unnamed lady.
I think like I just like this idea. This woman, this person came in and the scene is like these mechs like going blah blah blah. We have Richard pinging off, and then it's random rocks being thrown. She's like, for goodness sake! She just marches up and just stabs her sword through the chest plate all the way up, and it goes into the helm itself.
Yeah. And you notice that actually this thing bleeds. Like maybe we're consumed thinking that this might be another mechan.
Right.
But you realise that this thing actually. But when it starts to bleed, Fiona, it becomes a lot of blood.
Oh, no, gross.
You will know how much blood something is, and you slowly notice that the blood just keeps turning until it's melting in blood, right? It is just literally melting in blood, and like it's just turning, and the armor's constricting around it and forming inside until it's like completely into a ball of metal, and there is just a puddle of blood on the floor.
I mean, Fiona says gross. Air Goals goes, I'll make my way down the steps and try and pick up a bit of blood.
Make me a presence check before you take any of that blood. Please do, because I want you to just do that.
Well, it's a 5 plus 2 is 7, so nope. I mean,
you're going to take some blood? Good. Cool.
I'll take some blood. Yeah. I think that's fine.
Just roll me a d4.
Well, it's a 1.
Interesting.
Cool.
I will make a note of that.
Make a note of that for a future.
Cool. We'll leave that there as something not to worry about.
I'm not worried.
You've got some blood. Now, with that blood, though, that you do have, that you've taken, you can craft up to roll me a D3. It would be so D6 halved and plus 1. Oh
god. So I rolled a 5. Halved is 2.5, but it's a 3. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Because it's 5, 6.
4. Yeah. So 4 vials of. You can add 4 vials to your later. We don't have to do that now.
Yeah, we won't do that now. But okay, great.
Yeah. But you've got an additional amount of blood to craft 4 vials for your of your magics.
Well, I think that's fine. I'm like, business is business. But
and if you are going to be, I know you're someone who rolls. I would say that because it's so potent, you can plus 2 to your roll on the chart because they actually get more potent as they go up. So if you want to make something a bit more potent, you can plus 2 onto it. Like if you like the number you got, you can stick with it. But you can also go too high or something.
I will definitely roll. We'll do that maybe later. But yes, I'd love that. Yeah.
So that's that done.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm sort of seeing Richard, I don't know, like again, I'm just being so nonchalant about it, but then just scooping this blood up into a little beaker, and I'm like, oh, well done, yes. Well, I'm so glad I had you guys here. I don't think I would have been able to. And everyone else is like nobody took any damage, right? Because it got dazed.
No. Yeah, the mechans got dodged out of the way on its first attack, and then they dazed it.
That's wild.
I was lucky.
Yeah, very. Yeah, I was expecting. I'll be honest. I was expecting both Richard and Lady to be like goners, and I'd be like, "Well, I'll be right back," but I'm invisible, so I'm just gonna get them. Bring out of here.
You could have run off, but it's fine.
I know, but I need them. That's the problem. So if this is look, I know it was random runner, but if this is the first thing on the way in, there's got to be worse things, right? Like that's my.
Well, you'd think that, but you did roll the highest. So,
I might roll another 12 at some point. Who knows? Wow.
I know. Once you've rolled a number in this for the top 2, because there can only be one of those top 2. They're like so you just re-roll once you've got those. Okay.
Cool.
So it can't be another one of these.
Well, okay.
Again.
Well, okay. My character would not know that, but I'm saying like whoa.
Because you could technically roll 12 on every floor and you will die, and that's fine. Yes. I mean, for this. In the tower generator, I haven't made that as a rule, but in this generator, which is slightly separate on the page for this part, that's part of the rule. So you move up another floor. Can you roll me another D12, please?
I hope it's an 11. I mean, it was close. It's a 10.
A 10. Okay. So as you move up the stairs, you come to. Oh, can you roll me a different d12, please?
Different D12, I can. I've got.
This is for the room type, the kind of room
Okay.
that's on this level.
I was going to say, I did roll a number 12. That's why I was like, huh.
Yeah. You rolled another 12?
I rolled another 12, yeah.
Well, you know what? This is actually weird. You rolled armory. So you've landed on and that makes so much sense as if it was meant to be. Because what you realized was like adorning this wall is that it wraps round back on you and it's actually just an arm behind the stairs, goes up to a room, and then you go, and then the stairs continue sort of going up and up and up, and rooms are off the other half of the thing. You go into the room and notice that in here, you see that there's like you can see behind the door or something like that. It's kind of open. That there's like some arms in there, like swords and stuff like that. You can go into the room, or you can just continue on up.
Yeah, I'll quickly go in. Just to have a look around. I guess so I've got light armor on me.
Yeah.
Again, forgive me, I can't remember exactly. I'm guessing
minus D2, isn't it?
I've got minus two. Yeah, I've got minus D2. I guess my question, because I don't know Mork that well, is that can I
wear what you like?
Well, is there like maybe a slightly bigger armor I can grab?
Yeah. The only thing
I guess I don't know because my strength is -2. It's the only thing. So I don't know if there's a issue with like heavy armor or just. You know what I mean?
There's no rule on this, so you could pick up a heavy armor, which will give you minus D6 to damage, and gives you +4 on agility tests, and your defense is +2 when you're defending from an attack as well.
Well, I will absolutely, if you allow me, I will absolutely upgrade that. So that's heavy armor, yeah. So
heavy armor, splint or plate armor, and you just pick that up, and you've got you roll a D6 against damage. And you're +4 on agility tests and +2 defenses. I'm going to say, though, that it obviously clanks. And if you did go invisible again, you would have to roll. I would maybe change your stat for that. But there isn't any. I mean, to be honest, that's it. That's really what you get.
Well, we can go. So -6 on
you're going to go in that room.
Me.
But the thing is, you've gone into the room though first, so I say you could pick up the armor on the outs. Maybe when you've gone in, you pick the armor on, you put on it, and you're kind of shuffling into it. And Richard kind of goes, "That sounds like a good idea." And he goes off into the distance as well, and looks at the other person. She goes, "No, I don't want anything. Like I don't want anything."
Yeah.
And he goes to pick up a piece of armor, and when he picks up this piece of armor, what he does is you've put yours on, and then he starts picking it up, and then behind it, he realizes that there's just this person sitting there, right, like behind the armor.
Oops.
And again, similar to what happened before, like they seem like they're sleeping, and suddenly, like the minute he moves the armor away, they sort of get up like this.
Oh shoot!
And again, slightly taller than you would have liked someone to be, gangly, wearing a red cloak. Now, you will definitely know this. This is definitely a cultist of the Crimson Cult. Like, they're sort of cloaks, but not alive anymore. Clearly undead. But, like a skull, and just coming out of this cloak just stands up to greet Richard. And Richard, being the idiot is just going to take a damn... Can you just roll me with advantage? Disadvantage in that sense, actually, because it's defense on him being attacked.
With disadvantage, that is a 4 total. On the dice. On the dice.
So I will roll a D4 +1, and it's a 3. Richard takes 4 damage, and that means Richard is down to 3 health.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just to quickly check. You said heavy armor minus D6.
D6, and you get a +2. So your agility is -2, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you now would make it so it's a flat roll for your defense now. And if you were doing an agility thing, it would now be +2 because it's +4 on anything.
That's right. Sorry. A defense, that's armor.
Oh, it's DR +2. Yeah, so you're actually, exactly. Yeah, so when they roll for you for defense, you would roll, you have to get, instead of them having to meet 12, you'd have to beat. No, it's DR +4. Sorry, it's worse. When you're defending, though, it is -4. And when you were trying to do something agile, it is -4. That's what I'm getting confused. The DR +2. Sorry, I've read that wrong. So that's wrong. So you are less agile. That makes so much more sense.
That's fine. Sorry. So just repeat that for me, because I'm writing it down.
So when you're defending, instead of you would have to roll a D20, and you would have to hit 12. You would -2 at the moment, but now you would -4. And if you're, that's it, exactly.
Cool.
But you then, if you do get hit, you get -D6 to damage.
Cool. That's it. There's nothing else on toughness or anything like that. Cool.
No, that's
okay, great. That's just wanted to double check it. Cool. All right, continue. Yeah.
So that one stands up and does that. You give me a presence check. Just a presence check.
Nope, it's a 10.
A 10 on the die +2.
That's including +2. Yeah, okay. On the dice. Sorry,
you don't notice then that something similar comes to the side of you and jabs at you. Can you roll me a d20 -4?
-4 for me. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that was a natural 1, so -3.
They rolled a 1, times that by 2, 2 + 1. So roll me a d6. They've got 3 damage to you.
Okay. All right. 3 damage. That's a 4.
Okay, so you don't take any damage.
I don't take any damage because of the armor.
The armor.
Oh,
there you go.
The armor. Whoa.
Now it's really only you and Richard in this room at the moment.
Yeah, the lady's not in here yet.
So they will come into the next round, but in this round it's going to be you and Richard. So you can go first because Richard's an idiot, and you can go first.
So this is another undead cultist, you say? That's next to me.
But this is just they're not wearing any armor. They're just wearing a cloak. They look like a skeleton in a cloak, basically.
Oh well, when in skeletal Rome, I would love to use my chaos tonic, please.
Right, cool. Roll me the d6
right?
then.
It's a 3.
A 3. You melt into oblivion as your form becomes shadow. You can pass through openings an inch thick. You cannot take any damage in this form. You are able to be unseen unless a DR 18 presence check. Lasts for D4 rounds. Roll me a D4.
Okay. 2.
2. So you got 2 rounds. You are now literally in amorphous oblivion. You're in another realm. You're in like the shadow realm, basically, or however it works for you. And you can pass through any gap up to an inch thick. So like if you just come up to something, if there was no doorway, you just seem to shift through. You can't walk through a wall, but you can walk through very tiny open things like some sort of slender being or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably do something incredibly stupid. I'd like to obviously doing this. I sort of move out of the room. I'm just gonna say, go into one of these mechs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see what's inside them.
Okay, you want to see what's inside them?
I don't know what's in there.
Okay, so you go inside and you pass through. If you go through like the helmet, which is the biggest opening, which would maybe make the most sense to you at first, you'll see there's just this glowing orb in the middle, and then underneath it is this couplet of like a little goblet underneath, and that sort of rises down on a pole into this central thing in the middle, which seems to be a golden contraption that is firing with like little cogs that seem to be doing this and this and this and sort of like a gyro, I guess, really. That seems to be doing that.
Yeah.
And that is all that is inside them. Nothing else. Maybe in this other realm, maybe you can see the tendrils of Arcana that sort of separate out from this to meet the legs and limbs and stuff like that.
There's just a small goblin like, on a bike trying to pedal it all. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. I don't gain anything from it because Fiona was like, if worst case scenario, okay. I suddenly have a thought. Okay. Tell me if I can do this in this round. I don't know. I want to zip out, go towards Richard, and take the stone from him.
Yeah, okay. Give me an agility.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
But with advantage because you are invisible. Come on, you are invisible.
Cool. All right, because that was a 3 on the dice. So, like, again, it would be a -4. Yeah. That's a 6.
Yeah, but you're not encumbered by the thing.
That's fine. Don't worry. I think because I'm trying to be quickly about it. So that was a 6, so it would be a 2. So yeah, no.
Well,
way.
The thing is, you will be able to take it. You've got it. I'm not saying you haven't got it. You just he knows you've taken. Someone's taken it. That's all it is. So it's not like you haven't been able to take it because that's ridiculous. But you've gone into the pocket, grabbed it, but they've definitely noticed
something's happened. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
fine.
So they would have also got advantages because they're in combat, so they would also not be totally aware of it. But because you rolled so terribly, they are aware of it. So
it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Right. So, okay, you've got the thing. Well, let's see if he survives. That's your turn. Let's roll for Richard.
All right.
Richard's only got three health right now, so
Okay, so just a D20. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a 16.
Okay, so the attacks. Give me a D4.
Oh, Richard. A 3?
So yeah, right. Can you give me no, let me just remind me of this.
You said they had 4 health, these things?
Yes, that's 1 down. Now, single is infinite if you roll. Yeah, so can you roll me 2d6?
I got 4 and a 5, so 9? Question mark?
9. Yeah, you've rolled. So if you roll greater than the creature, they're demoralized. Yeah, so can you now roll me a d6?
Oh, interesting. Yes, that is a 3.
You see the one that Richard's attack. It sort of bolts out of the room. It sort of like gets hit by it, and it tries to it can't because it won't be able to get past them. So it tries to back away from them. Is all it's doing.
Hello, listeners. Massive apologies for the lack of a traditional ending to this episode of the DM's Book Club. We didn't notice the time when we were recording this, and suddenly we had to stop so that we could go about our various daily schedules and commitments. If you've enjoyed Omen of Blood God so far, you can go buy your own copy on Hamilton's itch.io page, as well as check out all his other RPG work that's on there. All of our normal links to what we do, so Theatre Macabre, What Am I Rolling, and the RP Geeks are in this episode's show notes. So please go check out our other projects if you have enjoyed this one. We'll be back next time for part 2 of Omen of the Blood God, and we'll see if I can get to the top of this bloody tower. Let me tell you, it gets pretty wild from here on in. Until then, friends, keep yourselves safe, and we will see you on the flip side. Bye!